too much, my face stretched out. What do I do?
Hey, Brent Fierstead, personal trainer, Dream to Achieve Fitness, coming back at you with another video, a solid video, all about flexibility, the importance of it, and the importance about warming up also. So, first thing you need to know is warming up is going to protect you against injury as far as straining your muscles. It's going to improve your flexibility in your muscles, and it's also going to raise the body's internal temperature. So always wanting to warm up before you get into any of your workouts. It's going to get the blood circulation in the muscle going a lot better also. Let's say you just walked in the gym. This is the one thing I see a lot of people doing wrong. They come into the gym and they go right into weight training, not even warming up, not even doing like a warm-up set to warm their muscles up. It's kind of like a rubber band. Let's say you come to the gym, you don't warm up, you stretch out your muscles, they'll stretch out, but they're going to go back to the state they're at because they're cold. Then in turn, you could actually hurt your muscle worse because it's not warmed up by tearing it or, something like that. So you always want to get like a 5 to 10 minute warm up as far as your exercises. I'm going to go into the specific warm ups and what specific warm-ups you should be doing for certain exercises. But basically, like I was saying, the rubber band trick here, if you come in and warm up, so you're going to warm your muscles up first before you do anything, stretch after your warm-up, so you're stretching out your muscles, they're going to stay stretched out. So it's, your muscles are warmed up for that workout. A general warm-up, like I was saying, is about 5 to 10 minutes long. Like a slow jog or a stationary bike or an elliptical, something to kind of just get the blood flow going and warm your muscles up. Basically, it's going to increase your heart rate, the blood flow, internal body temperature, respiratory system, as far as like rate, and get your perspiration going, like sweating. Sweating basically is your body telling to cool down a little bit, cooling your body temperature down. And then it also readies you for the movements that you're going to be getting into. Blah, 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 blah. So specific warm-ups basically incorporate the movements what you're going to be doing in your workout. Involves about 8 to 12 minutes of activity, like sports movements. Let's say you're doing shoulder stretches for volleyball or throwing a baseball or whatever it is, as far as like rotators and things like that. Or let's say you're going to go for a run, you want to do like leg stretches, high knees, things to warm up those muscles for your run. Dynamic exercises can also be used based on the sport. Bounding for long jumps is basically an example of that. The more power needed in the workout, the more important the warm-up is. So let's say you're doing a type 2B, which is plyometrics, your fast explosive, fast twitch muscle fibers. You definitely want to do some kind of jumping warm-up, like bound jumping or high skips for distance and length, things that are just going to warm up those muscles for your high intensity workout. Functional warm-up is basically 10 to 15 minutes long. Works on a person's balance and coordination, as well as increasing the body temperature, of course, because you're raising the blood pressure. Basically using like med balls, Swiss balls, bands, things that are going to help with that balance and help stabilize those muscle groups using your stabilized muscles like your core, your obliques, your rectus abdominis, all your muscle groups there in your abs. Things like wood chops, band walks, things of that nature. Flexibility, what it's going to do for you, really important, like I was saying. Always wanting to do it after a warm-up, always wanting to do it after your workout. So you're getting two stretchings within your workout. It's going to increase your joint movement, and it's also going to increase your overall muscular performance. Basically, your joint structure is ball and socket joints. Let's say your shoulder or your humerus connecting in by your clavicle, or your hip ball and socket joints. Versus hinge joints. The type of joint shapes the bones of soft tissue surrounding the effective range of motion. So there's one flexibility thing that's going to help out. Connective tissue also improved flexibility, usually due to adaptation in the connective tissue. That's going to help with that. Elasticity, ability to return to original resting length after the stretch. So muscles going back to where they were as far as after the stretch. Weight training, you need to work through full range of motion versus limited range of motion. Once again, as far as weight training, it's different for different people. You can go to a full curl into a full stretch into a curl. Otherwise, you can do half reps. Just switching up your routine, it's going to help out. There's stretching is actually really, really important. Let's say on like a recovery day, 2 times a week for 5 weeks can dramatically improve your flexibility. Frequency, like I said, try to do it 2 times a week. The duration, like I said, 8 to 12 minutes for a total of 30 seconds per stretch. So getting a good stretch, holding it. The intensity, basically what it's doing is a muscle should be stretched to the point of mild discomfort. It will kind of feel good too, but you will feel a little tension in the muscles. Athletes definitely should stretch before and after practice, like I was saying, just like people that are going into weight train. Kind of help with their soreness also after your workout. Kind of move that lactic acid around and stretch those muscles out. This video is getting very long, which is probably really boring to you guys, but I like to give you guys good info. So that's what I'm doing. A static stretch is a slow, consistent stretch where you're holding the stretch. This is what you're doing after your warm-up, after your workout, static stretching. Ballistic stretching is like moving around. Let's say you're doing an arm day, moving your arms around like a bouncing type of movement. This is really good during your workout because you're not holding that stretch and wearing your muscle out even more. So ballistic stretching is ideal during the workouts. Dynamic stretch is basically flexing during a sports movement. So sprinter performing long walking strides is more of a stretch in the dynamic stretching. There's active stretching in this, which occurs in person stretching. Supplies the force of the stretch. So you're supplying the force of the stretch. Otherwise, there's passive stretch where someone supplies the pressure as far as you're stretching. So let's say you're doing a hamstring stretch, you're laying on your back and someone's pushing your leg forward. There's also PNF stretching, which is also involving a partner, basically where you're holding it on the concentric, so the hard part of the stretch where your muscle's actually flexing or contracting. The next portion of it after 30 seconds would be to hold relax. So let's say we're doing that hamstring stretch again where you're laying on your back and pulling that leg back. The first one you would do is hold it for 30 seconds, come down, relax. Next one you're going to do, go back for about 10 seconds, have them push as hard as they can against the ground, against that person that's stretching them. That's the second part of the stretch for PNF. The third part of the stretch for PNF is probably the most effective type, and you will feel it the most when you're doing hamstrings. Pointing your toe down towards your face as the person stretches your leg. Of course, doing that both legs. That's going to help out with that. Basic guidelines for stretching is doing it correctly, of course. Doing it to mild discomfort, like I was saying, and you should be getting a good range of motion and holding those stretches for at least 30 seconds. Stretch both sides of the body equally, of course. Try to get a 90-degree angle on both your legs, or however far you're going, try to get them both the same. Precautions you want to try to watch out for. Decrease the intensity if your partner is really exerting a lot of pain towards you. If someone's really stretching you out, just kind of tell them not to go too far. Just take it easy, nice and slow up until you feel that discomfort a little bit. And then don't hyperextend your joints ever. Don't lock your knees, don't lock your elbows, things of that nature. So yeah, like I said, flexibility, very important. Hopefully this information helps you guys out. I know I'm very boring, but I don't give a crap because I like to help people, and that's what I'm doing. Dream and Achieve Fitness, back in the back. By the way, people are asking, oh, what are those football jerseys? Why you get your high school football jerseys? The one over there is actually my high school football jersey. I have my highlights up on my YouTube channel. You can check them out from my senior year. And then these two are actually semi-pro football jerseys that I wore, that I played for 3 years. So check out those highlight tapes. It's definitely good stuff if you're an athlete. Watch those. Pretty inspirational, I have to say, because I am the man. But yeah, please subscribe to my channel, Mr. Fear 41. More great stuff to come, guys. Peace out. I'm out. Stretch right, eat right, train right.